Imagine holding 4 cashews in your hand. Small, light. You could eat them in seconds without thinking twice. Most people do exactly that. They grab a handful, maybe toss them into a salad, and never give it another thought. But what if those 4 small cashews were doing something remarkable inside your body? What if every time you ate them, a series of changes began happening in your blood, your bones, your heart, and even your brain? For decades, cashews have been treated with suspicion. Too much fat, people said. Too many calories. Eat them and you will gain weight. This warning kept many people away from one of the most nutrient-packed foods on the planet. But science has been quietly uncovering a very different story. And what researchers have found might change the way you think about this small curved nut forever. Today, we are going to explore exactly what happens inside your body when you start eating cashews every day, from the first hour to the long-term effects. Some of what you will learn might surprise you. Before we begin, remember that this video is for educational purposes. It is not medical advice. If you have specific health concerns, please consult with your doctor. Now let us start by addressing the biggest fear people have about cashews. For years, the message was simple. Cashews are high in fat. Fat makes you fat. Therefore, cashews will make you gain weight. This logic seemed to make sense. After all, 1 ounce of cashews contains about 12 grams of fat. That sounds like a lot. This fear came from the low-fat diet craze of the 1980s. During that time, anything containing fat was labeled as bad. Nuts were called calorie bombs. Cashews with their rich, buttery taste were seen as an indulgence to avoid if you wanted to stay slim. But here is what actually happened when scientists tested this belief. In 2021, researchers analyzed 55 clinical trials involving thousands of people. They wanted to know a simple question. Does eating nuts cause weight gain? The answer was clear. No. People who ate nuts regularly did not gain more weight than people who avoided them. In fact, many studies showed the opposite. Nut eaters often weighed less. How is this possible? The explanation is surprisingly simple. When you eat cashews, your body does not absorb all of the calories they contain. Some of the fat stays trapped inside the fibrous walls of the nut. It passes through your digestive system without being fully absorbed. Research suggests your body may only take in about 84% of the calories listed on the package. But there is more. Cashews contain protein, fiber, and healthy fats. This combination sends signals to your brain that you are full. You feel satisfied longer. You snack less. You eat less at your next meal. One study from India found that people who ate cashews regularly felt more satisfied after eating. They naturally ate fewer carbohydrates later in the day. Not because they were trying to, because they simply were not as hungry. So the fat that people feared for decades, it is actually helping you eat less overall. The belief that cashews cause weight gain has been turned upside down by real science. Now that we have cleared up that misunderstanding, let us explore what cashews actually do inside your body. And we will start with something most people have never heard of. When you eat cashews, one of the first things your body receives is copper. This might not sound exciting, but copper is essential for your energy levels. And cashews are one of the best sources of copper you can find. Just 1 ounce of cashews, about 18 nuts, provides 70% of the copper you need each day. That is more than almost any other common food. So what does copper do? Let me explain it simply. Your body needs iron to carry oxygen through your blood. You probably knew that. But here is what most people do not know. Without enough copper, your body cannot use iron properly. Copper helps convert iron into a form that your blood can actually transport. Think about what this means. You could be eating plenty of iron-rich foods, spinach, red meat, beans. But if you are low in copper, that iron just sits there. It cannot do its job. Your cells do not get enough oxygen. You feel tired, sluggish, like you need another cup of coffee just to get through the afternoon. Like something is missing, but you cannot figure out what. Many people experience this without ever knowing why. They blame stress. They blame poor sleep. They blame getting older. But sometimes the answer is much simpler. Their bodies are missing a trace mineral that most people never think about. Cashews solve this problem from two directions. They give you copper so your body can use iron effectively. And they also contain iron directly about 10% of what you need each day. This is why many people notice they feel more energized when they start eating cashews regularly. It is not imagination. It is not placebo. Your body is finally getting the minerals it needs to deliver oxygen efficiently to every cell. But cashews do not stop at energy. They also protect your heart. The fat in cashews is mostly something called monounsaturated fat. This is the same type of fat found in olive oil. It does not clog your arteries. In fact, it does the opposite. When researchers looked at what happens to people who eat cashews regularly, they found some impressive results. Blood pressure dropped. Not dramatically, but enough to matter. About 4 points on the top number and 1 point on the bottom number. Over time, this small difference adds up to real protection for your heart. Cholesterol levels also improved. After just 28 days of eating cashews, people saw their bad cholesterol drop by 4 to 5 points. Their triglycerides, a type of fat in the blood that can cause problems, also went down. And when researchers looked at the big picture, they found something remarkable. People who regularly eat tree nuts, like cashews, have up to 27% lower risk of dying from heart disease. That is not a small number. That is significant protection from one of the leading causes of death worldwide. The fat that was once feared is actually guarding your heart. Not all fats are the same. The fats in cashews are the good kind. They work with your body, not against it. Your heart beats about 100,000 times every single day. It deserves good fuel. Cashews provide exactly that. And this is just the beginning. Here is where things get even more interesting. Most people think about calcium when they think about bone health. Drink your milk, get your calcium. You have heard it 1,000 times. But calcium alone is not enough. Your bones need a team of minerals working together. And cashews provide exactly that team. First, there is magnesium. 1 ounce of cashews gives you 20% of the magnesium you need daily. Magnesium does something crucial. It helps your body absorb calcium and put it in the right place, your bones. Without enough magnesium, calcium can end up where you do not want it, like in your arteries or kidneys. Second, there is phosphorus. Cashews provide about 24% of your daily needs. Phosphorus is literally part of your bone structure. It combines with calcium to form the hard mineral matrix that makes bones strong. Third, there is copper again. Remember, copper helps produce collagen. Collagen is the protein that forms the framework of your bones. Without collagen, bones become brittle. Copper keeps that framework strong. These three minerals, magnesium, phosphorus, and copper, work together like a construction crew. Each one has a job. Each one depends on the others. Remove one and the whole system weakens. Cashews deliver all three in every handful. That is what makes them so valuable for bone health. This is especially important as you get older. Bone density naturally decreases with age, but giving your body the complete set of minerals it needs can help slow this process. Stronger bones mean fewer fractures, better mobility, more independence as the years go by. Your heart is protected. Your bones are strengthening. But there is another benefit that surprises most people. Despite containing some carbohydrates, cashews actually help stabilize blood sugar. This sounds like it should not be true. A food with carbs and fat helping with blood sugar. But the science confirms it. Here is how it works. The healthy fats in cashews slow down digestion. When you eat cashews, the sugars from your food enter your bloodstream gradually instead of all at once. There is no sudden spike. And without a spike, there is no crash. Your energy stays steady. A study in 2019 looked at people with type 2 diabetes who added cashews to their diet. The results were clear. Their insulin levels dropped. Their cholesterol ratio improved. The cashews were helping their bodies manage blood sugar more effectively. The magnesium in cashews also plays a role. Magnesium helps your cells respond better to insulin. When cells respond well to insulin, sugar moves from your blood into your cells where it can be used for energy. This is exactly what you want to happen. This is why cashews make such a good snack. Unlike candy or chips that send your blood sugar on a roller coaster, cashews provide sustained energy. You feel good for hours, not just minutes. No sudden crash at 3 p.m. No desperate search for something sweet just to keep going. Steady energy means better focus, better mood, better performance in whatever you are doing. Energy, heart protection, strong bones, stable blood sugar. These benefits are impressive on their own. But perhaps the most surprising effect of eating cashews happens somewhere else entirely. Your brain. Everyone talks about fish oil and omega-3s for brain health, but almost nobody mentions what cashews do for your mood and mental well-being. And what they do is remarkable. Cashews contain something called tryptophan. This is an amino acid, a building block of protein that your body cannot make on its own. You have to get it from food, and cashews are one of the best sources. Why does tryptophan matter? Because your body uses it to make serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical in your brain that helps you feel calm, happy, and relaxed. It helps you sleep well at night. It keeps your mood stable during the day. When serotonin levels are low, people often feel anxious, stressed, or down. But your body cannot make serotonin without tryptophan. No tryptophan, no serotonin. It is that simple. Cashews also contain magnesium, which we already talked about for bones. But magnesium does something else important. It helps regulate your nervous system. Studies have shown that low magnesium levels are linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression. When people get enough magnesium, they often feel calmer and more balanced. And there is one more piece to this puzzle: vitamin B6. Cashews contain this vitamin, and it helps your body convert tryptophan into serotonin more efficiently. Tryptophan alone is not enough. You need B6 to complete the process. So cashews give you tryptophan, the raw material, magnesium, the calming mineral, and B6, the helper that makes the conversion happen. These three work together as a team. And when they do, something interesting happens. Some people who start eating cashews regularly report that they feel calmer. They sleep better. Their mood is more stable. For years, people thought this was just imagination, feel-good stories with no real basis. But now, we understand the chemistry. These people are not imagining things. Their brains are receiving the nutrients needed to produce serotonin effectively. The calm feeling is real. The better sleep is real. It is biology, not wishful thinking. Your brain is an organ like any other. It needs specific nutrients to function well. When you give it what it needs, it performs better. When you deprive it, problems arise. Cashews happen to contain several nutrients that your brain specifically requires. This does not mean cashews are medicine. They are not a replacement for professional help if you are struggling with mental health. But as part of a healthy diet, they provide your brain with building blocks it genuinely needs. Now you understand what cashews do inside your body. The question becomes, how do you get the most benefit from them? Let us talk about choosing the right cashews first. If you are on a budget, regular roasted cashews from the supermarket are perfectly fine. They still contain the copper, the magnesium, the healthy fats, all the good stuff. Do not let perfect be the enemy of good. Regular cashews are still excellent for you. If you want something better, look for raw, unsalted cashews. Roasting at high temperatures can reduce some of the mineral content. Raw cashews preserve more nutrients. And without added salt, you avoid extra sodium you do not need. The best option, if available, is organic raw cashews. These have minimal processing and no added oils or preservatives. But again, any cashew is better than no cashew. Start with what you can afford and what you can find. What about combining cashews with other foods? Eating cashews with foods rich in vitamin C helps your body absorb the iron better. So pairing cashews with orange slices, bell peppers, or berries is a smart combination. Combining cashews with leafy greens can enhance magnesium absorption. A salad with spinach and cashews is not just tasty, it is strategically nutritious. Adding cashews to whole grains gives you a more complete protein profile. The amino acids in cashews complement those in grains, giving your body everything it needs to build and repair tissue. How should you eat them? Raw is best for maximum nutrition. If you roast them at home, use moderate heat to preserve the healthy oils. Avoid cashews coated in heavy salt or sugar, as these additions can cancel out some of the benefits. The ideal amount is about 1 ounce per day. That is roughly 18 cashews, a small handful. Easy to eat as a snack, easy to add to meals, easy to carry with you. One practical tip: keep a small container of cashews at your desk or in your bag. When hunger hits between meals, reach for them instead of processed snacks. Your body will thank you. A few words of caution. If you have a tree nut allergy, cashews are not for you. Cashew allergy is actually one of the most common tree nut allergies. Symptoms can range from mild to severe. If you have never eaten cashews before and have other food allergies, proceed carefully. If you have a history of kidney stones, talk to your doctor before eating cashews regularly. They contain moderate amounts of oxalates, which can contribute to certain types of stones in some people. And a note about safety: all cashews sold in stores have been heat treated. This is necessary because truly raw cashews contain a substance that can irritate skin similar to poison ivy. The processing removes this completely. So commercial cashews, even those labeled raw, are safe to eat. So after everything we have explored today, what is the verdict? 4 small cashews. That is all it takes to start giving your body copper for energy, healthy fats for your heart, minerals for your bones, compounds that stabilize your blood sugar, and nutrients that support your mood and brain function. These small curved nuts that people avoided for decades are actually one of the most complete foods you can eat. Not because of marketing, not because of trends, because of what they actually contain and what that actually does inside you. This is not about eating a superfood that will magically solve all your problems. It is about giving your body what it needs to function at its best. Good nutrition is not complicated. Sometimes it is as simple as a handful of cashews. Which benefit surprised you the most? Was it the copper and energy connection, the mood support from tryptophan, or the fact that cashews do not actually cause weight gain? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them. And if you know someone who has been avoiding cashews because they think they are fattening, share this video with them. They deserve to know what the science actually says. Subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about what really happens inside your body when you eat everyday foods. We break down the science in a way that anyone can understand. Next time, we are looking at another nut that scientists are calling one of the most powerful foods for your brain. It has its own surprising secrets that most people have never heard of. You will not want to miss it. Until then, take care of your body. It is the only one you have.